Welcome back to another episode of Life After High School. Today I want to jump in, and y'all already know, right? I think I should just call these segments Ask Yourself, right? I think I should call it Ask Yourself. So let's do this. Welcome back to another episode of Life After High School, where we are focused on you asking yourself, all right? And the reason why I focus on questions and asking yourself is because a lot of times, right? What we do is we find ourselves as students talking to ourselves. And if you're not qualified to be the teacher, should you be talking to yourself? Think about that. If you are not qualified to be the teacher in this subject matter, should you be talking to yourself, or should you be talking to yourself as the teacher? Meaning, instead of making statements to yourself and trying to sound like an expert or thinking that you're supposed to be perfect and know everything, should you be asking yourself questions? So the teacher you, let's do this, right? Let's do this. The teacher you is asking the student you a question. The student you has one job: to answer the question. Now, if the student you cannot answer the question, this is where the student you has to go do research to discover the answer. But if you are talking to yourself as the teacher, but you're not qualified to give the information, then how do you expect the student you to grow? Like, think about this, right? It's not deep. It's so simple, actually. And why do I say it's simple? Because I don't know how to be deep. You know what I mean? I break everything down to ABC 1, 2, 3 so a fifth grader can understand it. So when we're talking about the teacher in you, right? The wannabe teacher in you. If the teacher in you asks a question to the student you, now the student you has to go out and figure out the answer. And you might know it off the top of your head, or you might have to do some research. But at the end of your research, even if you don't fully have the answer, you now can bring that partial answer to the teacher you. The teacher you will now say, okay, well, what about this? And the student you gets to go do more research, right? I hope you get it. And I'm saying that because we're going to jump in to another question that I have for you, okay? You might not know the question to ask yourself, but I got some questions for you. Today, I want you to ask yourself, do I truly want what I say I want? Do I truly want what I say I want? Now, if you ask yourself, do I truly want what I say I want? I said that I want to get a better grade in this class. Not just a better grade. I want to go from a C to a B, right? I got a C right now. Let me get a C plus. Let me get a B. So I want you to ask yourself, do you truly want to go from a C to a C plus? Do you truly want to go from a C plus to a B? And if you say to yourself, now you already know I'm not about grades, right? I'm not worried about the grades, but follow me here because I'm going somewhere, okay? If you say to yourself, do I truly want what I say I want? It's either yes or no. Yes or no. But you can't ask yourself if you truly want what you say you want until you know what you want. So that's what I'm saying, right? If you're at a C right now, you say, okay, I want a C plus. The question you need to ask yourself is, do I truly want what I say I want? Yes or no? No, maybe. No, I don't know. No in between. Yes, I want to go from a C to a C plus. I want that. Cool. Once you know what you want, I want you to ask yourself, why do I want it? Why do I want to go from a C to a C plus? It's not a huge jump, right? It's not a huge jump. A C to a C plus, it's not like, whoa, you're about to take over the world now. But I want to go from a C to a C plus so that I can show myself that I can do it. I want to go from a C to a C plus because it's going to help me to increase my level of discipline when it comes to studying. So when you say to yourself, do I truly want what I say I want? Yes or no? The next question is, why do I want it? I want it because I want to increase my discipline. I want to increase my belief in myself. You see what I mean? So now you have direction. When you feel like giving up, you're now looking and saying, hold on, why would I give up right now? It's not about the grade. It's about increasing my discipline. If I increase my discipline, the grade will follow, right? If I increase my discipline, I'm also increasing my belief. I want you to get this. What I'm really saying to you is you have to give yourself a reason to hang on a little longer. You have to give yourself a reason to stand on what you said a little longer, right? So right now I said to myself, yo, I'm not drinking no more Red Bull. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm done with Red Bull. I'm not going to drink no more Red Bulls at all whatsoever, right? And I did that for a week. Then it went to 2 weeks. And every day I would get up, yep, I don't drink Red Bull. I didn't say I'm not going to. I'm like, I don't drink Red Bull. I don't drink Red Bull, right? So now I'm like, yo, I'm not drinking no more coffee. I'm done with the coffee, right? Starting today, I'm like, yo, I'm not going to Starbucks. For the rest of this month, I'm not going to Starbucks, right? I said this the other day. And this morning when I got up, I left the house. I made sure I had me a bottle of water that was already like there, ready for me to grab. I grabbed it. And instead of taking a left from my street, I took a right. Why did I take a left? Why didn't I take the left? Why did I take the right? I took the right because to the left, muscle memory is going to say, it's going to bring me straight to Starbucks, right? But if I take a right, now I'm going somewhere different and I'm thinking. I'm being conscious of what I'm doing. So when I said I don't want to drink coffee, right, for the rest of this month, I am going to be intentional every day about doing it. So when I say, do I truly want what I say I want? I don't want to drink no more coffee this month. Why? Because the sugar is probably, if I don't drink it, I feel like I probably lose like 5 pounds this month just by not drinking the coffee and not having the sugar and all the sweetener inside of it and starting my morning off like that, right? This is what I'm thinking. I could be wrong, but I know last time I didn't drink it, I lost some weight that I didn't even account for, right? So I said, okay, boom, let me do that. So I took a right. And when I took the right, I'm thinking, yo, I'm gonna drink my water. I'm about to be down another 5, right? On top of whatever else I would lose. So I start to think different. So do I truly want what I say I want? Yes, I don't want to drink coffee. Why? Because I feel as though it'll give me 5 more pounds that I can get rid of. All right? Now listen, watch this. Watch this. Once you ask yourself, do I truly want what I say I want, right? And you say, why do I want it? That next question I want you to ask yourself is who would benefit and how will they benefit? Well, I feel like I will benefit, and the way I would benefit is my liver would be better. My kidneys will be better. You see what I'm saying? Not that they're messed up and they're not working, but I feel like by not putting that extra sugar into my body, it will give me more energy, natural energy. So when I get up and I'm moving on natural energy, I'm going to feel better. I'm going to think clearer because I'm going to get that sugar out my system. My coffee is my biggest intake of sugar throughout a day, right? Because I'm going to drink 1, maybe 2, but number 1, I'm starting my morning off with it. So I'm going to say, how would I benefit? Yep, it's going to be more clearer. Who will benefit me? How will I benefit? I'm going to think clearer. So when I go to grab the coffee, I got to ask myself, yo, you don't want to drink, you don't want to think clearly? So it's not about the coffee to give me energy. It's about not having the sugar so I can think clear. And someone might say, listen, well, why don't you just drink it black? No, because when I taste it, I'm gonna be like, ew, this is nasty. And I'm automatically going to be like, yo, let me just put a little bit of sugar in it. Just enough so I don't taste like all the coffee, right? But I'm going to find an excuse to add a little bit of sugar. So therefore, I don't want it. So you're in high school. You're a student. I'm showing you how to use the teacher you to talk to the student you and the student you to do the work. You follow me? I hope so. Okay, so that was the second thing. Who will benefit and how will they benefit? Now, for you, you might say, well, who would benefit? My little sister, my big brother, my big sister, my little sister, my big sister, whatever it is, right? My mom, my dad, my teacher, my grandmother, my community. Who would benefit? The reason I want you to put in who will benefit, and sometimes we can't always put ourselves, because we will let ourselves fail over and over and over again and think it's okay, right? And it's not okay. So I want you to ask yourself, who will benefit? And then I want you to be able to identify how will they benefit. So the reason why I want you to know who, so that you know who you're getting up for and you're putting in the work. It could be the future you, right? Who will benefit? The future you. What I'm doing right now is taking care of the future you, the future me, so that the future me can take care of me in a way that I want to be taken care of, right? So then when you say how will they benefit, be very detailed. How will they benefit? What will be the outcome? What will be the outcome? When you know the outcome you're looking for, it makes the journey that much more attractive. It makes you want to hold on to the journey, right? And embrace that journey. Let's go to the third thing. Who will lose and how will they lose? Who will lose and how will they lose? So if you decide, you said this is what you want, this is why you want it, you identified who would benefit and how will they benefit. Now who will lose and how will they lose? For me, when I say, okay, if I go get that coffee, right? If I go get that coffee, how will I lose? I'm not going to be able to detoxify my body from the sugar. The sugar is going to help me, is going to stop me from thinking as clear as I should. And it's going to make me crave more sugar. If I'm craving more sugar, I'm adding more weight. And I'm trying to come down in the weight, right? I'm coming down in the weight. When I go try on clothes and I gotta put them on and I'm like, oh, I like the shirt, but I don't like the way it fits. I don't like the way it shows my stomach. I don't like the way when I'm in the video, I gotta keep pulling my shirt down, right? So that it's not getting caught underneath my chest. Like, these are the things I'm thinking about. So when I'm looking at it, and I'm like, yo, how would they lose? Who will lose? Number one, I'm gonna lose. And then how would I lose? I'm gonna have to keep pulling my shirt down. I'm gonna have to keep passing up on clothes that I wanna put on, right? But I don't like the way it fits. I don't like the way it hugs my stomach. I don't wanna wear this bright color because that bright color is gonna make my stomach look like a pumpkin, right? And I don't like it. And somebody might be okay with it, but I'm not. I don't want it on me. So therefore, I have to do the things that are going to allow me to have what I want. So when you look at why you're going to school to help you to become disciplined, to help you to become structured, to help you understand how to study, how to do your research so that the future you will know how to make the future you better, right? I hope you get it. I hope you're getting what I'm saying. I'm trying to break it down as easy as possible. I'm trying to give you real world experiences through this lesson, right? Real world lessons, let's say lessons, right? As you do it, you will get the experience. I'm trying to give you the lesson right now, okay? So I hope you catch that. Now watch this. Watch this. When you find the answer to these questions, it will help you to stay inspired and motivated and, most importantly, intentional. You be intentional, right? So why do I want it? Helps you to be intentional, okay? When you say, why do I want it? That's fueling you to be intentional about what you want. Your intentions is to get it, but are you intentional every day, every movement, every hour, every second to get there, okay? When you say who would benefit and how will they benefit, it helps you to understand that, yo, it's bigger than you. It's bigger than the current time. It's bigger than what you're thinking. It's bigger than what you can see. Because you know who will benefit, how will they benefit? It is bigger than anything you can imagine, and it will help you to keep remembering that over and over and over again, okay? Who will lose, and how will they lose? Do you care? Do you care? If you identify that by you not being clear or not being intentional about what you want, not going after it every day, right? And you say, I'm doing it for this person. I'm doing it for this thing. But still, you keep going in the opposite direction. You got to ask yourself, do you really care? If what you say you're doing it for doesn't make you get up and keep going after it over and over and over again, if you find yourself still giving up, whatever you say you're doing it for isn't something you truly care about at this time. It doesn't mean you don't love it or them, right? It means that right now, for this mission you're on, you got to tie it to something bigger. You got to tie it to something better, something that you really, really, really care about right now. Because if you really care, you will let it go. If you really don't care too much, you're going to keep following that same path, okay? And the last thing, when you tie all three of them together, you understand the mission, not the goal. The goal and the mission, some people will say, well, it's the same thing, isn't it? It is, but in your mind, you said over and over, this is my goal. This is what I'm going to do. And over, you gave up on your goal. I want you to change it to mission. And once you say this is the mission, you don't stop until you complete it. Your mind will now start to attach mission to completion. Because right now, when your mind hears goal, only thing your mind hears is, oh, we'll do it until it gets hard. We'll do it until it gets hard, and then once it gets hard, we'll go do something else. I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission right now. I'm on a crusade, right? And in this mission, on this crusade, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm unstoppable. I'm unstoppable, okay? Because I'm following the same blueprint, the same format that I'm giving you. I'm unstoppable. My question to you is, are you ready to be unstoppable? Are you ready to have the teacher you ask the student you questions and then force the student you to become disciplined to answer every question? And if you don't know the answer right away, are you disciplined? Are you ready to be disciplined enough to go out and research and find the answer to the question? If you do that, I'm telling you, things will change in your life, right? Things will change and things will get different, okay? I hope that helped.